What's up, guys? Joe Rod Trades here. Just looking at market overview for November 5th, 2024. Verve popped up on my scanners, and it looks like a nice play, honestly. I think the only thing that's going to turn me off from Verve is this earnings call here. There's a couple options on getting in on this. You could possibly get in at the midpoint of this bar if you want to put a limit order down, which might be safer if you get in because you can get out at the top of this bar. The other option is just play the top of this bar, and you can see you add more risk, right? So it's a little less safe. Um, Excuse me, I have a little bit of allergies today, but that's another option you can play. So that's Verve. VIG popped up yesterday. Oh, the other thing I do like about Verve is while the market was pulling down yesterday, so let's look at SPY. We had a down day on SPY, a down day on the Qs. So while these were happening, we had some strength here. So that just showed strength in Verve. Looking at Viking Holding, I do really like this one. Again, this one is a potential for a midpoint entry here. So if you want to put a limit order early on in the day, see if you get hit, see where pre-market's at. Pre-market's a little higher. You'd probably want to go for the stop here, the stop entry. If pre-market's a little weaker, you could probably shoot for that midpoint. So right around there. And then that'll allow you to take this off. That'll allow you to get a better or a quicker take profit on the 1-to-1. And you can possibly shoot for a 2-to-1 off of that entry. So I do like this one. There was some consolidation, 2 legs down, and then if you're doing like a measured move of this, you're somewhere up here. So there's still a higher target up there. If you're doing a measured move of the first leg, it looks like it got taken out recently. So you might do a measured move of the second leg here, because there hasn't really been a full-on third leg. And your second leg target is, I don't know, somewhere in the same vicinity. So there is a measured move available there. IRY, I'm looking for a short here. There are other real estate stocks. This one showed some weakness on Thursday, but there was earnings. This one is showing weakness. You can see where it's at pre-markets, showing a little bit of strength here. And there's a few others too on here showing some weakness. So I do think a short could be available if you want to place a stop somewhere here. Stop entry here. And then maybe, I know bears are going to defend this, so it might be worth a try. I would like to see a larger pullback to this general area, but right now there's an inside bar, so that could be a consolidation before a stronger push down. So keep that in mind. Chipotle, I think, yesterday, yeah. So this also, it can be not only a pullback but an anti-pattern and like set up to the T. You could take a short and go just under this bar here. And I mean, that's pretty much the 1-to-1. You could mess with your stop here, however you want. But I think this offers a nice short opportunity. I think there's just some shares rose 28% per day. So they did have strong earnings. but they had a surprise on revenue. So, and not very strong. So maybe they are potentially in for some weakness. Using that earnings drift into weakness might be a play. Robinhood has a very strong short signal right after earnings, so you can play. You can see these are larger surprises, 7% off. I mean, that's probably not a huge surprise. Revenue missed by 3%. Probably not terrible, but both in the red. I don't know why I said huge, but you could probably get in something like this. Shorting the bottom of this bar here, that's a possibility. There's also others you could, if you short that bar, you can, you're gonna have less of a win rate doing something like that, but that's available to you too. Let's look at the antes. I think HPE stood out to me at some point yesterday. It's kind of just been bouncing around with some wildness. I think you might be able to take a short under this bar. I'm not going to, but there are measured move targets down to the downside, so something to keep in mind. Let me see where we started yesterday. There wasn't many that popped up on the scanner that I really like. So this is Primo Water, another anti-pattern that's about to set up, right? We're not getting that hook yet, but maybe we see it today. And I would maybe get out ahead of that. It looks like it's going to fall through sooner, so maybe take a short down this way, something like that. And that'll have a nice move. And then the measured move out to the next target is about, I don't know, maybe something like this. So you're close to that. BPX, same concept, but we're at the lower end of this ATR range. Lower end of this ATR range here, so you can see might wait for a pullback, might wait for the opposite to play out here, like basically trap short traders on that green bar, this bullish bar. So that's another option. AEE, this has an anti setup sort of here on like this bar, and you see we had this come back. Another possible short here. I don't really like this one. It's pretty far now, but actually looking at the spreads on that is terrible. I wouldn't touch this. I didn't see how bad those spreads were, because I thought it was a pretty good setup. This bar obviously is a little troublesome and worrisome, but I think if you get a break below this, it shows trap traders here, which is what you want, and that'll end up running some stops, and we all love stop runs. So something like that, maybe pull this higher, maybe you get the fence up there, maybe you get in like as it breaks the midpoint. This is totally up to you. Obviously, I like a break further down because it shows that these traders into this bar were trapped. And then the hood again, which is sort of setting up like the explanation is, you see this is coming down now, and then this will eventually turn up, and that'll be your ante. So maybe if we get another green day here, that might be an opportunity, even a better opportunity to short. So maybe be patient on this one. And then again, you have the earnings drift that you could play into if it is taken as negative by sentiment. So finishing up with the SPY here, you can see the SPY 2 is forming an ante as well. So another setup that might be good to take, but the SPY is showing weakness, right? So we just want to be careful with what we do with the rest of the market as we see this also coming into election day. So let's be careful there. Qs are looking very similar in this process. You're seeing the same sort of setup here. So any break below this is super bearish. I think. So I'd be paying attention at that level. What is this level? The low is 43.75, so 43.74, and I think we can potentially get lower. DIA, we saw this moving faster and kind of leading the markets earlier in the week. So earlier last week. So let's just keep an eye on this guy. It's looking very similar, looking like we're going to start getting some pullbacks to the bearish side. And I think that's everything I wanted to cover today. I feel like, oh yeah, let's take a look at Apple really quick and Microsoft. You can see they are, while showing strength against the general index, they're both moving lower. Earnings not as good. They had a surprise here for revenue, but wasn't enough. So maybe we see some downward earnings drift with them. Just got to see how the next week or two plays out, and then here as well. So just be careful with election day coming up. But ultimately, you could see weakness in some of the larger names. I think even NVIDIA is not looking so hot either. NVIDIA sets up, I think I saw this the other day, is setting up for an ante as well. You might be able to take a short just below this bar and maybe get your 1-to-1 on the ante with NVIDIA, right? So there's a lot of weakness in single stocks that hold up these larger indexes, and there's also election day. So good luck and good trading today. Hope you enjoyed the overview.